All right, so before I even get into this whole Issa Rae, Jessica Drew fiasco, I'm not a fan of Miles Morales. And anyone, if you've been a fan of not a fan, but if you've been following my channel for at least 2 years, you would recall the video, the infamous video. I think probably the first video that I had that hit over 1,000 views, which was the video I did about Miles Morales and the whole BLM thing a couple years ago with the video game. If you watch that video, and you already know that I've never been a Miles Morales fan. I've never liked the character. I think that the entire existence of Miles Morales is just pure laziness. It was just made out of pure laziness. But again, that's neither here nor there when it comes to that, because we're not here to talk about Miles Morales. I just wanted to get that out there and let you guys know I'm not a fan of Miles Morales. However, I did like that first movie. I went in going into that movie wanting to hate it. But one thing that they did not do in this movie, at least I couldn't catch it, was it wasn't too much race baiting stuff in there. It wasn't too much, virtue signaling in terms of race in there. I mean, obviously every movie's going to have their messaging, right? But for the most part, this was just a kid learning to become Spider-Man and being under the wing of Peter Parker. I really enjoyed that movie. I enjoyed it so much, it was actually one of my favorite movies of 2018. With that being said, when they announced that they were going to be making a second one and a third one, and I had the same reaction to this news that I did when they announced that they're going to be doing a Joker 2. Because the first one was lightning in a bottle. It's something that could never be done again. And the fact that, yes, it got over $1 billion, and then we all know what happens then. When I was doing a film panel a couple years ago, I said the same thing. I said if Forrest Gump was made in the 2020s, they would have already greenlit a sequel. And so this to me is no different, because we already know. I mean, they're bringing in Lady Gaga in for the Joker sequel, so we already know what kind of movie that's going to be. We're already being told it's going to be a damn musical at this point. Like we know what that movie is going to bring. Let's fast forward a little bit further to 2021, where they announced that Issa Rae was added to the cast. Hey, I don't know too much about Issa Rae, but I know she's an actor. I know that she's got some directorial work as well. I think she's producer as well. It's like, look, she's very well seasoned in the game. Cool. I ain't got a problem with her being, obviously I ain't got a problem with her being cast. But a year ago they said Issa Rae was going to be coming in voicing Jessica Drew and the new Spider-Man animated movie, and I said, cool. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, Jessica Drew, we know who Jessica Drew is. We know who Spider-Woman is. Okay, Issa Rae is going to be playing her. Fine, whatever. My dumbass did not even stop and think. My dumbass did not even stop to think that they were going to change the look of Jessica Drew. And I'm not saying, change the costume out a little bit. No. They're going to pick the worst parts of this character and put them into one. And by worst, I'm not saying that making her black is worse, but I'm saying changing the race of this character in general is retarded. So Issa Rae could have very well voiced this character if Jessica Drew was still white. But because of the clown world that we live in, that just can't happen. So now, not only do they change the race of this character, but now, and look, I know before somebody says, corn, Jessica Drew is pregnant at some point in the comics. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's going to translate well, putting it onto the big screen. And then putting it onto a character that you've already bumblefucked up. I mean, at this point, they should have just had Keke Palmer voice this character. There's so many characters, there's so many black characters, and I'm sure there's some black female characters in the Spider-Man universe that you could have used. But fam, the fact that you go out of your way to make the character, to change the race of the character, to make her pregnant. And then I saw a still earlier where they said that they took it from the Valerie character who was Spider-Man for a day, or Spider-Woman for a day. Just some rando in the comics that was Spider-Man for a day. And I don't even know if that was even in the comics. Was that the comics or the old TV show? Not the 90s TV show, but the older TV show. I don't know. I am personally tired of talking about this subject all the time, about how they continue to spit in the faces of real fans. Because what happens to the characters that are already black? What happens to the Bishops? What happens to the Blades? What happens to those characters when you continue to race swap other characters? X-Men is going to be, I'm telling you guys, it's going to be an eye-opener for a lot of us. Fantastic Four, from what it sounds like, is going to be an eye-opener for a lot of us. I'm telling you guys right now, if they race swap someone in Fantastic Four again, because let's not forget what they did last time, they're not going to be able to come back from that. There's going to be an entire segment of fans that is going to be gone from Marvel. And I might be one of them. I am black and I am tired of being pandered to for no fucking reason. Shout out to Master of the TDS. He says how it started and how it's going. Let me make sure you guys can see this. I'm not saying that they have to look alike. I'm not saying that she has to have the same costume. But fam, to make her black, to make her the most stereotypical, fam, give her a big ass afro too. Like, this is ridiculous. Pregnant, big ass afro, riding on a motorcycle, beating up Vulture. Now, there's more that I could dissect when it comes to this Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse trailer. There's more that I could dissect when it comes to this. Like how the fact that, yeah, we had his mom do all the talking in this trailer with him. We didn't see his dad nowhere. This could very well, now I don't want to say for fact because I was a doubter going into the first one and they proved me wrong. But this second one, sequels aren't good. Sequels are not good most of the time. So the second one coming out and them already putting this already tells me this could possibly be another Wakanda Forever. Another Thor Ragnarok. This could very well be bait and switch, where it's nothing but virtue signaling in this movie, including treating cops like shit, which is what I talked about in that video that I did a couple years ago with the Miles Morales BLM thing. This is what we have to look forward to when it comes to the future. Look at this. The writer of Spider-Woman #1, the parent by day, hero by night, Dennis Hopeless. With a name like Hopeless, yeah, you got to write something as stupid as this. Now, I don't want to offend any pregnant women out there that looked up to this character or whatever, but it's not necessary to do for this movie. We know they can come up with any kind of excuse that they want to try and cover up what they're doing. But we know for a fact they're doing this shit on purpose. We know for a fact they're going out of their way to virtue signal dumb shit like this. Am I overreacting? Let me know in the comments, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy Corn. It's Half-Ass Pod, and I am OUT.